Once again, good evening to all. Today, on behalf of myself, Anjan Banik, as a serving national chairman of National Council of Researcher Teacher Scientist India, National Council of Student Scientist India, and also DASA India, I would like to welcome you all here in this platform where we all together organizing and celebrating three moments. First of all, today is the auspicious occasion when we are celebrating the Remembrance Day and death anniversary of our father of space program, Dr. Bikram Ambalal Sarabhai. Apart from this, today is the celebration when we will go through a moment to announce the event of global announcement of India International Sarabhai Student Scientist Award for the year 2026, which will start as a preliminary screening exam, online exam through Google Form as a Astro Olympiad 2026. And this one-time submission of exam will open for the long duration as early years also every years from 1st January to 28th February, National Science Day. And I would like to invite all the students to enjoy this Astro Olympiad, to participate in this Astro Olympiad, which has been organized for to find out in search of five student India who will be awarded with the title of India International Saravai Student Scientist Award to encourage their science loving attitude as a student and their aim to be scientist for the new India, for future India. And we will also celebrate this day as a start of nomination by the student for their teachers who are science teachers and serving for their students so that they can be enjoy the journey of India International Survey Student Scientist Award, Olympiad, exam, and assignment submission for almost 6 months of duration, and they will be selected after their nomination as a India International Sarabhai Teacher Scientist Award 2026 also. So this is the three celebration we are going to celebrate today, and today we will be blessed with the presence of pioneer scientists of India, six scientists, one engineer from ISRO and its motherly institute PRL. So I would like to introduce all of them. First of all, it's our privilege to in introduce Dr. Prabhakar Sharma, most senior scientist from the very beginning of the days of PRL, Physical Research Laboratory, Ahmedabad, which is the unit of Space Department of Space, Government of India, and earlier, which is founded by himself, Dr. Vikram Ambalal Sarabhai. Dr. Prabhakar Sharma, who is the most senior person, joined ISRO PRL, and it's a great moment when he was joined there. He was interviewed by Dr. Vikram Ambalal Sarabhai himself, and also wo- in his working period, worked under the guidance of Dr. Vikram Ambalal Sarabhai. Along with him, even Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam also. His date of birth is also one very interesting, 17th August 1947, just 2 days after India's independence. During his academic career, he was an excellent student. He completed his BSc from Bikram University, Ujjain in 1996 with a rank of first. He completed his master's in science from University of Indore in 1969, and with the rank of first. He completed PhD from PRL Gujarat University Physics in Science 1977, and also he awarded with the International Postgraduate Courses in Hydrology, Budapest, Hungary during February July 1982. During his employment record and career, he served throughout his lifetime at Physical Research Laboratory Ahmedabad PRL under ISRO. He joined 1st July to 1969 and served till 12th August 1976, which is the birthday of Sarabhai himself, as a research scholar. Then he promoted as a visiting scientist and worked for the duration of 13th August 1976 to 31st July 1979. He worked as a research associate 1st August 1979 to 31st July 1983. He awarded as a fellow 1st August 1983 to December 1989. He has been chosen as a reader and worked for the period of 1st January 1990 to 2nd April 1996, and then he promoted as a head academic service and worked for the period of 3rd April 1996 to 1998, and scientist SF and head of academic services during 1998 to 2007. About 125 research paper in referred national and international journal, 8 books and reports, and 25 popular science article remain in his credit. In professional affiliations, he has been accredited as a life member of Indian Meteorological Society, visiting faculty, School of Building Science and Technology, Center for Environmental Planning and Technology, Ahmedabad, member of Special Committee of School of Environmental Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, 1996 to 1999, Fellow, Gujarat Science Academy since 2005. So, Dr. Prabhakar Sharma, most senior scientist, will be with us today. Apart from this, another senior scientist, Engineer G. Dilip Bhatt, will remain with us, former group director, ISRO, former controller, Space Application Center, SAC, ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. He was the Bachelor of Engineering Mechanical University with the rank holder as a rank holder in 1976, postgraduate in management, PGB from All India Management, Delhi. Official responsibilities and post held at Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Tiruvananthapuram, and at SARC Sriharikota during his service life of 1977 to 1980. Ex project manager, engineer, satellite launch vehicle project SLV 3, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Tiruvananthapuram. He served in Trombay also, from where the first rocket mission has been completed. Solid propellant casting, static testing, environmental qualification testing of SLB 3 rocket motor at SAR Sriharikota, launch pad installation, commissioning and rocket launching activities at SAR Sriharikota is, is his main programs where he served during his service. He held in so many posts and served for SAC Ahmedabad during 1980 to 2013 as a controller SAC, as a group director, program planning and project director, group director for mechanical fabrication facilities, group director as a mechanical support service group, manager, faculty for design, planning, inspection, and internal fabrication, manager, design and quality control facilities, head quality assurance mechanical division. He was the head CMD, chairman of safety and security committee also. Sri Dilip Bhatt, senior scientist engineer G and group director project and planning group, was born in 30 July 1953 at Rajkot, Gujarat. He is son of veteran freedom fighter of late Balmukund Shiv Shankar Bhatt and mother Mrs. Dheeraj Lakshmi Balmukund Bhatt. Sri Dilip Bhatt did schooling at A.S. Chaudhary High School, Rajkot, with a bright academic career representing school at elocution, elocution competition, handwritten scientific articles, and creation of cartoons in school journals, winning prizes. After doing pre-science at Kotak Science College, Rajkot, he joined LE College, Morvi, and in 1972 he did BTech Mechanical and LE from LE College of Engineering, Morbi, as rank holder in Saurashtra University in 1976. He also further postgraduated in management from All India Management Association, Delhi. He joined Satellite Launch Vehicle Project SLV 3 in 1977 in Vikram Sarabhai Center, Trivandrum, and also positioned at Sriharikota for the successful launching of SLV-3 project, headed and guided by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam himself. Then project director SLV-3 at Trivandrum for the successful development of realization of country's first satellite launch vehicle SLV-3, placing 35 kg Rohini satellite in orbit on 18th July 1980. He was also associated with the development and successful realization of AMB Apogee boost motor for Apple project, During 1980, at Space Application Center, Ahmedabad, he joined Structural Engineering Designing Division and carried out mechanical design activities at theoretical and experimental stress analysis related to antenna of 1.37 m small communication terminal, 3.66 m direct reception DRS terminal, etc. First time development of antenna system for low cost terminal was designed and fabricated at Alcock Ashdown, Government of Gujarat owned shipbuilding unit, Bhavnagar, and he participated there. He participated setup of experimental stress analysis laboratory of structures. Post superannuation, he is also contributing a quality improvement and standardization activity as member of ISRO committee for review and update standards and code of practice for various ISRO working centers. From 2008 to 2012 period, he was a group director of Mechanical System Service Group. As a group director, he was responsible for successful mechanical fabrication and delivery of GeoSat satellites, IRS and Cartosat remote sensing satellites, OceanSat, ResourceSat, ReSat, and India's first moon mission Chandrayaan 1 and 2, India's prestigious Mars mission payload also. Mars mission planetary project Mars mission payload MOM was successfully developed and manufactured by he and his team. He controller as a controller SEC, he headed activities of CMD administration. He also chairman of Safety and Security Committee for looking after safety security aspects of center. He had center responsibility for the project and planning activities of as a group director and superannuated in July 2013. He has contributed more than 20 technical papers published in national and international journals. He is the fellow Gujarat Science Academy Ahmedabad, member, Indian Science Congress Association, ISKA, Kolkata, ex-vice president, Space Society of Mechanical Engineering, life member of Astronautic, Astronautical Society of India, ASI, Bangalore. He had also served as a member of jury for National Robotics Competition at Nirma University. He chaired National Committee of Bureau of Indian Standards, Delhi. He also technical expert and panel from various committees at Institute of Plasma Research and ITER Gandhinagar. Apart from satellite payload activities for the service, he has co-invented with his wife, Mrs. Pragya Bhatt, a sketching device for blind child serving as a education aid, drawing pictures, creating sketches, graphics, writing alphabets in mother tongue, which has received national recognition and award under National Award for Outstanding Invention from Honorable President of India. The award with citation and received from Honorable President of India and Honorable Prime Minister of India in December 1997 at Vigyan Bhavan. So he is an inventor also. Prestigious NDRC Republic Day Award from National Research Development Corporation. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Outstanding Invention Award for Young Scientist from Government of Gujarat for his innovation. He also received World Intellectual Property Organization WIPO Gold Medal from WIPO Geneva for his outstanding invention of sketching device for blinds. His invention was selected for product of the Millennium display at the 87th Indian Science Congress exhibition Pune in 2000. Presently, he is engaged for promoting science, aptitude, and awareness of scientific missions. He had delivered science and development of radio talks on All India Radio. He delivered a talk on success and development of Mars mission payload and challenges ahead at All India Radio Ahmedabad Vigyan Patrika program. So we'll be blessed with the presence of Dr. Dilip Bhatt also from ISRO SAC. We will be blessed with the presence of Professor Ambasthe, former senior professor from Udaipur Solar Observatory Physical Research Laboratory PRL, Ahmedabad. Professor Ambaste obtained his MSc in 1974 from Pandit Ravishankar Shukla University, Raipur. Thereafter, he joined Physical Research Laboratory, Ahmedabad, where he received his doctoral degree in 1981. In 1983, he joined Udaipur Solar Observatory USO of PRL and contributed to formulation of and consolidation of Udaipur Solar Observatory Scientific Program, superannuated as a senior professor in 2014. He worked at the NASA Marshall Space Flight Center, Huntsville, USA during 1992 to 1994 as a NRC senior resident research associate. He served as a counselor 1998 to 2001 and secretary 2004 to 2006 as a of the ISI, member of COSPAR committee of INSA Delhi during 2008 to 2012, and editorial board member of Journal of Astrophysics Physics and Astronomy during 2010 to 2016. Professor Ambaste has led total solar eclipse expeditions to many countries for studies of the structure and polarization of the solar corona. He has guided several students for MSc and PhD and has published over more than 100 research papers in international scientific journals. He edited 4 books and proceedings and has authored Physics of Invisible Sun, Instrumentation, Instrumentation, Observation, and Interference, published in 2020. So we'll be blessed with the presence of Professor Ashok Ambaste from Udaipur Solar Observatory under PRL Department of Space, Government of India. We'll be blessed with Neeraj Chaturvedi, superannuated scientist from SAC ISRO, Ahmedabad. Her post graduation in life science from Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya Indore during 1975. Professor M. Laloreya, a renowned botanist, joined their department as a professor and had at the same period also who inspired Neeraj Chaturvedi and co-students for their research, and did PhD under the esteemed supervision on biomechanical biochemical basis of hybrid vigors, and obtained degree in 1981. Later, she joined on host parasite relationship worked on host parasite relationship as a postdoctoral fellow. In 1983, she got selected as a scientist in SEC Ahmedabad and pursued research in the field of remote sensing application, mostly on different aspects of biological oceanography. She published papers in various national and international journals. Recently got an offer to teach IIIT Vadodara for BTech students on environmental science and contributed few lectures also. So we will be blessed with the presence of remote sensing expert scientist Neera Chaturvedi also. We will be blessed with the presence of another scientist, Professor Dr. J.K. Garg sir. Professor Garg has over 4 decades of wide-ranging professional and administrative experience in the research and academic institutions. Professor Garg was associated with the SEC ISRO Ahmedabad as a senior scientist during 1997 in 1976 2008 and has pioneered the applications of satellite remote sensing for the study of wetland ecology, environment, and disaster. He is globally known for his research on wetlands and carrying out first scientific inventory of wetlands of India. He has also done extensive research on Himalayas related to wetlands, forest, natural hazards, and many other facts of bioresources and environment. Professor Garg was the Dean University of School of Environmental Management, Director Center of Disaster Management Studies in Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. Besides his academic pursuit, Professor Garg is also associated as in honorary capacity or as Vice President of Wetlands International South Asia, as Scientific and Technical Advisory Group member of National Mission of on Himalayan Studies of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and as a South Asia lead of GOFC Gold of NASA Land Use Land Cover Program. So it's a brief about our guests. One more guest is also there. He is none other than our Debashish Goswami sir. He will be also present in this program. Who served for 38 years in ISRO SEC Ahmedabad. Devashish Goswami sir is former group director of ISRO and former project director, National Met Data Reception and Processing Center, New Delhi. He was with ISRO for 38 years, starting from 1983, and has major contribution to all India's satellite remote sensing camera payload in various roles as designer, developer, team leader, reviewer, mentor, and guide. Devashish R. Goswami has outstanding contribution towards indigenous satellite EO payloads for remote sensing, cartography, and meteorology. His major research and development areas include electronic subsystem, hardware, and software solution for satellite electro-optical camera system, baseband and ground system, evaluation and test system, architecture for indigenous computing solution and operational meteorological systems, He has mentored, coordinated, and guided Indian industry based space technology projects which are successful and operational. Contribution to the ISRO national satellite electro optical camera and sensor payload for Chandrayaan 1, 2, 3, all cameras, Mangalyaan MOM mission, IRS satellite camera payloads, Resortsat, OceanSat, Cartosat 2, Cartosat 3, Inset series, Inset 3 series, National MAT reception and data processing system, New Delhi, satellite based band data system of ISRO. He has been a project review board member, leader for satellite system, data processing, computing system projects, research projects review, technical and scientific papers review of ISRO and others, mentor and guide to large number of students, trainees, engineers, and external projects. He has received various awards also, like ISRO प्रशासनीय एवं महा महत्वपूर्ण सेवा अवार्ड, एस्ट्रोनॉटिकल सोसाइटी ASI, spacecraft and related technology award, Indian Society for Geomatics, National Technology Award, ISRO team award for his contribution, academic and personal level. He was LD College from of Engineering, 1983, B Engineering with gold medal. He is a life member of several national science and technology societies and associations, and he is a also associated with our organization also. So overall, it's a brief introduction of our scientist who will be present in this platform and share their views on ISRO and Vikram Sarabhai on this Remembrance Day observation of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. So, at the very beginning, I would like to invite our all the scientists here. Sir, good evening to all, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Very good morning. Very good evening. Very good evening,
Thank you,
Banik
sir.
ji.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Due to your presence, this platform was become a very vital one to all of us, our viewers also. So today is an auspicious day when we are going to celebrate the Remembrance Day, the death anniversary of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, father of India's space program. And I would like to invite, first of all, our Prabhakar Sharma sir from PRL, most senior scientist, and who interviewed by Sarabhai also and worked with APJ Abdul Kalam as well as Sarabhai also to share his view within his few words. And we are eagerly waiting to listen him his words of wisdom, sir. Over to Prabhakar Sharma sir from Indore.
Indore?
Hello.
Sir, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak on this occasion. I had very close interaction with Professor Vikram Sarabhai, although I never formally worked with him because by the time I joined my PhD program in PRL, Dr. Sarabhai had already become chairman of ISRO and Secretary Department of Atomic Energy. So he was shuttling between Ahmedabad and Mumbai frequently. And he very politely told me that he appreciates that I would like to work with him, but uh, he has virtually no time actually. And if at all he accepts me as his PhD student, I would be working with one of his PhD students. At that time, there were two PhD students who had not yet completed their PhDs. So this was in 1970. But however, despite this, our interaction continued. And in fact, whenever he was at PRL, he was discussing about my work and other things. So he was always interested. Now, talking about Professor Vikram Sarabhai, he was a faceted personality. Uh, Although he was basically a physicist, but his interest ranged from physics to chemistry to textiles to industry, pharmaceutical industry, to you name it, and he was a performing arts. For example, his family had started this the Rapana School of Performing Arts, and then management. He was also associated with Ahmedabad Management Association. In fact, he founded it, and National Institute of Design at Ahmedabad, and so on and so forth. So he had interest in many things other than textile research. For example, he founded Atira, which is a well-known institute for textile research. So you know, his interest varied from physics to many other fields. So he was really a visionary. And uh, talking about his work, he was well known for his cosmic ray research. But however, his administrative responsibilities increased with time, and he was actually constantly shuttling from one place to other. I saw him frequently at Tumba, the Equatorial Rocket Launching Station, and he was so busy there. In fact, his day started in Tumba with meetings from scientists early in the morning at 4 a.m. and it continued till late evening. Extremely busy, and he had hardly any time for even rest. In fact, that actually took a toll on his health, and he had suffered a heart attack in 71, and unfortunately he didn't survive. And I had seen him 2 days before this one. He inaugurated the this Valley railway station near Tumba, and he appeared very weak and so on and so forth. But anyhow, talking about his contributions, he, as I told you, he had interest in many things, and he was always chasing his dream. Talking about his association with ISRO, uh, he conceived the whole rocket and satellite program, and many of the ISRO programs were initiated by him. Like this remote sensing, satellite telemetry, and you know, contributions to meteorology, hydrology, water resources, ice cover mapping, crop mapping. So all this remote sensing program was conceived by him. Telemedicine, tele-education, name the program of ISRO. And Dr. Sarabhai had conceived it right in early 70s. So he was really interested to see that the ISRO programs are not merely academic, but they become backbone for development of India. And being a vast country, uh, he realized that remote sensing is the only one. For example, the program of forecasting of weather and storms, which is very successfully working now, was conceived by him. So his interest was like that. But I would like to talk with you on another aspect of Dr. Sarabhai. You know, he recognized the talent of everyone working with him, and because of his stature, he was very close to Pandit Nehru, Prime Minister of India. He could invite anyone to ISRO. And for example, he invited one Professor C.L. Ambarao from NASA. He was an eminent structural engineer. And he actually helped develop the rocket launching base at Tumba. And but other than this, even at a lower level, for example, I remember there was one fellow called Ambalal Patel who was just a mechanic in one of his uh, business adventures, that Calico Mills. He also had this, textile design. Calicom is produced fine clothes at that time. So Mr. Patel, he invited to PRL. In fact, Patel joined for 20 years. He was in charge of everything, be it plumbing, be it electrical. You tell Ambalal Patel, and he would immediately take care and rectify the problem. So, in fact, he was such that he would encourage people at every level to do their best in whatever. Even as PhD students, he would ask us to work, to dirty our hands and do things ourselves. So, you have to work in workshop, glass blowing lab, electronics lab. In fact, Dr. Sarabhai also had a company called Systronics where he developed many electronic instruments. So he himself, his business interests and scientific interests actually coincided. So he was such that he would uh, encourage people to do many things at the same time. So now on his human side, he was very approachable. He was very humble. I remember he joined uh, wedding receptions of even the smallest employee in PRL, and he would make sure that they feel important. So that was one thing which made people work with their whole heart. People used to our lab used to be open 24 hours, and people felt like home, their second home at PRL. So that was the culture which is ISRO still follows. In ISRO, people work all the 24 hours if required to meet the challenges of timely rocket and satellite flights. So his approach actually still persists in ISRO and to some extent in DI. In fact, DI and ISRO separated after his demise, and but the two institutes still have a linkage, and many of our scientists in ISRO go and work at DIE. And in fact, I had several colleagues in DIE who worked with me. So this was one thing which made Sarabhai, very approachable and very familiar with people. So there are many things I would like to share, but I think I would be brief. And I pay my respects to Dr. Sarabhai, and particularly for his approach of friendship and human nature, which made him very popular among his colleagues. In fact, when he was the last time there in PRL, there were about 200 staff members. He almost remembered each and every person by name. This is something very unique with the director, that he knows each. He used to call, in Gujarati we call people by first name, not by surname. So whenever we call him Professor Vikram Sarabhai or Professor Sarabhai, he says, "No, it feels very heavy. You call me Vikram Bhai. I'm the same Vikram Bhai, despite whatever my position is." So you see, this human quality is actually uh, were so important for people to work wholeheartedly. I think I'll stop here. Thank you very much for your patience. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Foremost, I would like to pay my regards and respect to you, sir, because uh, we have completed almost with this program for almost 6 year, and we are going to for 7th year, and till date, from very beginning, we received your blessings in various form, not only in presence of your, but recently, even avoiding your all odd situations, your health issues, sir, you also contributing for us, you are helping us, you have extended so many help to us. Thanks to you, and we wish your speedy recovery from all these odd situation, uh, and we hope you will be, sir, hum honge kamyab, sir. And
Sure, sure.
thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us. Your every word of inspiration will be enlight our soul, and in future also, sir. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much, and I take leave. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is Dr. Prabhakar Sharma, who has been served for a long time, almost 4 decades, and it's a proud thing that he has been interviewed himself by Sarabhai and worked with APJ Abdul Kalam. Also, now we would moving forward, we have with us our most renowned ISRO scientist, Dr. Dilip Bhatt, sir. Uh,
Yeah.
One USP of sir contribution of sir is sir has contributed at Trombe also, the from where the foundation for the rocketry has been established and founded by himself, uh, Bikram Sarabhai. So it's a very, and another aspect is that sir is a sir belongs to a family of freedom fighters. Sir, we have in his CV also we have read out that uh, sir, the father of sir is also a freedom fighter. So it's a prestigious thing when we are celebrating science for Viksit Bharat, and unsung heroes should be celebrated at that moment. Sir is with us. So I would like to invite Dilip Bhatt, sir, former ISRO group director, and who contributed for almost 3-4 decades in ISRO from the very beginning. Sir, I would like to invite you. We are eagerly waiting to listen from you, sir. The words of wisdom,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, Dr. Anjan Banik ji. I hope you are able to hear me. My sound is
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very much,
It's
sir.
okay.
Thank you very much. And my respects to all honorable panelists of today's discussion, and give a tribute to Dr. Vikram Sarabhai with all due respects to him. It's a I remember and go back into the history of our Indian space research total program. Uh, I can say that it all the dreams of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, and later on what was followed by his Shishyas, Professor P.D. Bhausar at PRL, Sharma Saab, and Professor Dhawan, Professor Abdul Kalam. All these people, they carried the total spirit of, we call it, what Dr. Vikram Sarabhai established a momentum, a scientific momentum in our country for the detailed space research, as well as later on, after Dr. Bhabha passed away 1966, he had also a brief period of Atomic Energy Commission chargeship. So if we see from Ahmedabad, where he was born, 12th August, okay, uh, and he unfortunately his death was in 1971, 30th December, today's date. Yeah, if we look at his 51 years of life journey, in 51 years of a span, a person can create how many organizations, his own personal contribution to the cosmic rays, upper research, upper atmospheric research, and making the India on the path of a space science success. I very well remember I joined my career at Tumba, which is also fondly named, the center is Dr. Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, and later on at Sriharikota. Uh, everybody in ISRO at every level, they remember Dr. Sarabhai. The reason is the selection of the Tumba itself, when there was a committee of INCOSPAR. He was chairing the committee, and he had desire to bring the space science and thing with the progress at our Tumba and later on at Sherikota. This is the time frame I'm talking about when we didn't have anything about rocketry. We didn't have even a small rocket to fly from our own soil. But it was the smartness and wisdom of Dr. Sarabhai that he took up with United Nations, NASA, French countries, French European countries, particularly, even the French Guiana interaction with the European agencies, space agencies. Even his wisdom was, if I put it in this way, the whole world after World War, it actually everything rocketry started with a V2 missile. Then people after the World War II, the rocket was converted, the missile was converted into a rocket. Then people thought about a satellite to put it on the top of it, and then the application. Now let us see the wisdom of Dr. Sarabhai. He totally has reversed the order of this order of which was prevailing in the world at the time. He started and he dreamed for the applications first, that not from the rocket, first the applications, where how the satellite can be useful for education, social, telecommunication, medical, all the communication and remote sensing, how our country can benefit. That was his dream, and a small center at Pij near to Ahmedabad was started under site program, and this was also with the help of ATS-6 satellite, advanced technological satellite, which belonged to NASA. But we got it for 1 year, as per Dr. Sarabhai's interaction with them. Educational program of 5,000 villages of the country were covered up under that program. So it's a great sense of, when we don't have anything also, how to take the whole world along with us, like the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And he took up the thing. We started with Rohini RH-75, okay, 1963, and from Tumba itself. Then Centaur rockets, Nike Apache, and then Sherikota. I was fortunate enough to work under Dr. APJ Kalam, first SLV-3, our launch vehicle development, and successfully launched from Sherikota soil with our Rohini satellite, which was only 40 kilograms. At that time itself was Professor Satish Dhawan, when he was a chairman, and 1980s, after Sarabhai passed away, uh, he had dreamed, he had made a prediction that this is a 40-kilogram satellite, but in future will fly 40-ton satellites in the orbit. This is the kind of confidence level ISRO gained because of Dr. Sarabhai. So Dr. Sarabhai is, not only as a scientist, as a cosmic ray, upper atmospheric, his PhD was on from the Cambridge and under Dr. C.V. Raman, Professor C.V. Raman at Indian Institute of Science, where upper atmospheric perturbations, particularly on the equatorial belt of our country, how it affects and what are the geomagnetic field effects on those neutralized ions. So, great researcher, great management expert. Under his leadership, I can name few organizations, Ahmedabad Textile Research Association, SATIRA, Vikram Sarabhai Community Science Center, Ahmedabad Management Association, IIM Ahmedabad, ISRO itself is already there. PRL is anyhow the we can say the mother institution. And before PRL also, he had started with a meager resources at MG Science College Chemistry Department, where he started dreaming about the projects and dreaming about how to form PRL, and Physical Research Laboratory was formed. We have already heard from our distinguished panelist talking about who has actually worked with Dr. Sarabhai and his human values. I will only remember one incident which happened at PRL at 11 o'clock night when Sarabhai used to make his visit at PRL, one of the draftsmen he found sleeping on the drafting table. Then next day morning, he calls the administrative officer and advises him, please bring a very good chair in our drafting section so that our draftsmen can sleep nicely. You see then people ask, sir, why? He says, if you take care for them today, next day morning they will work with lot of enthusiasm and energy in the official things. The kind of human values, the kind of caring the people, it was fantastic, and it was all down to the stream that he was looking for total countries, upliftment with such space program, and with very good close interaction with all scientists. He used to carry everybody like a family. And there's nothing like, if you see today's ISRO culture, we call it as ISRO culture. It also credit goes to Dr. Sarabhai and his associates who carried forward and who presently also carries forward the momentum what he established at that point. With all my due respects to Dr. Sarabhai, and I'm happy to even mention that even on Moon also, International Astronomical Union has also recognized his great contribution and named one of the basalt crater on Moon, uh, Sea of Serenity area, as Sarabhai crater. This is an international recognition also, and in spite of, he had lot of chairmanship of uh, peaceful use of atomic energy commissions meetings also at international level. At national level, he had already with Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, um, is recipient of our country for greatest pride of scientific contribution. But today we pay with a deep sense of respect our tribute to such a great scientist of our country who has created a path on which today's ISRO and ISRO scientists, Physical Research Laboratory, and all such associated institutions who are connected in communication, in remote sensing applications, remote sensing areas, सभी काम कर रहे हैं. So this is a great today. Thank you, Banik ji, for giving me an opportunity to convey my respects to Dr. Sarabhai, and I'll end here my address. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's our privilege that we got you. We can listen you, sir. It's a really you have said well said that his name has been successfully recognized by renaming one crater on Moon. It's also one privilege that India achieved to go up to level of sun with Aditya solar mission. So it's a he's a big visionary. Uh, he is the founder of this ISRO program, space program, and due to that one only possible that we could launch Aditya L1, and we reached up to solar sphere also. So thanks for joining us, sir. We hope being an inventor, you are a unique person also. Uh, so we'll be joined later on also. We'll discuss all about the things, whatever ever successful journey you have and struggleful journey you have had in your days. So thank you for being with us, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you once
Thank
again,
you.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. After, sir, I would like to invite Neera Chaturvedi, ma'am, the successful remote sensing scientist of India, and who have a lot of contribution in research of the and application of the space science also. So, welcome, ma'am, Neera Chaturvedi from ISRO SEC.
Thanks, Dr. Anjan. Are you able to listen to me? Are you
Yeah, yeah,
listening?
yeah, yeah, ma'am. Yeah, yeah, ma'am, yeah, ma'am.
So, dear friends, being a member of ISRO family, getting an opportunity to talk about our dream leader, father of the space program of India, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, is something like a dream come true for me. My heartfelt thanks to organizers, particularly Dr. Anjan, Chairman National Council of Researchers, Teachers, Scientists of India, NCRTS, for involving me in such an significant program and providing me a forum to express my views, interacting with young, bright minds of India. My congratulations to all the India International Sarabhai student scientists and India International Sarabhai teacher scientists who are the winners. Who are the winners? Today is the death anniversary of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, who left us on this day on 30th September in the year 1971. He was born on 12th August 1919 and within such a short lifespan contributed so much that it is impossible to cover that within the 5-10 minutes. It is something like putting ocean in a pot, what we call in Hindi gagar mein sagar. But I will be trying to cover briefly some aspects of his life. Dr. Sarabhai did his initial study in Gujarat College and then did repose from in natural science from Cambridge University. Due to Second World War, he returned India and under the guidance of C.V. Raman, he did research on cosmic rays at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Again, in 1945, he went to Cambridge and obtained PhD degree. He His farsightedness and leadership skill made India self dependent in the field of space science and technology. The institutions established by him are playing an important role in the development of country even today. Some of the institutions established by him are as follows: Physical Research Laboratory (PRL), Indian Institute of Management (IIM) Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad Textile Industry Research Association, ATIRA, Space Application Center, SAG, Thamba Equatorial Rocket Launching Station, TERS, then Organization for Research in Trade and Industry, ORTI, and his, his work laid the foundation for India's ambitious space endeavors and scientific progress. He was a rare combination of a scientist, an innovator, industrialist, and a business. He was born in a very in a very rich family. If he wanted, he would have led a very luxurious life, but he opted for the academics. He immersed himself and he worked for very long hours, like 15-16 hours, for the sake of science. In the in 1940 and 50, India was focusing on basic survival because it was just the time when we got independence. So it was focusing on basic survival of food and poverty. And at that time, many people saw Sarabhai dream of space technique as unrealistic. A nascent nation with limited infrastructure had to build everything from the scratch, requiring immense persuasion and ingenuity. He he juggled between being a physicist, institution builder, entrepreneur, family business of Sarabhai Chemicals, and advocate for science education to all while leading the burgeoning space program. His core struggle was ensuring advanced science served real societal problems, not just academic pursuits, putting, uh, uh, pushing for applications in education and development. The immense pressure and workload ultimately took a toll and leading to his sudden death in 1971 at the small age of 52. And this was a great loss for India's scientific future. Yet his legacy lived on. The seed he into planted grew into one of the world's leading space organizations. Vikram Sarabhai's key collaboration with NASA was the Satellite Instructional Television Experiment site, which was launched in 1975. We used NASA's ATS-6 satellite to broadcast educational TV programs to 2,400 remote Indian villages, bringing health, farming, and family planning information to India and proving the potential of space technology for development. This project fulfilled Sarabhai's vision, though he passed away much before its launch. He establishing a path for ISRO and using space for societal upliftment. The, the achievement of site program was that the education was spread in more than 4,000 villages of India where education could not reach till that time. More than 2 crore persons, including children and adults, they got education. Vikram Sarabhai, Vikram Sarabhai's vision, he envisioned space technology not as a luxury but as a tool for national development, focusing on education and communication in India. His efforts led to the formation of ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, and crucial international partnerships, including the one with NASA for SITE, cementing the legacy as the father of India's space program. Sarabhai envisioned space technology as a tool for peace and progress. He believed satellites could help solve India's pressing problems, monitoring weather for agriculture, enabling communication in remote areas, and improving education. What what set Sarabhai apart was his commitment to use space for human development. He famously said, there are some who question the relevance of space activities in a developing nation. To us, there is no ambiguity of purpose. We do not have the fantasy of competing with economically advanced nations. We are convinced that if we are to play a meaningful role in nationally and in the community of nations, we must be second to none in the application of advanced technologies to the real problems of man and society. So, ISRO's efforts were directly aligned with India's developmental goals. Today, ISRO's achievements from the Chandrayaan mission to the Mangalyaan Mars orbiter are a testament of Sarabhai's vision. His work not only defied foreign powers but also inspired a nation to dream big. His story is a reminder that great achievements are born not from wealth or resources, but from vision and resolve. It is a tale of how one man's dream of reaching the stars illuminated the path for the entire nation. In the end, I would like to conclude borrowing some few famous lines of a poem by Subhadra Kumari Chauhan Rani Ki Jhansi that दिखा गए पथ सिखा गए हमको जो सीख सिखानी थी. He has shown us the path, he has taught us the lesson which was due, and जाओ विक्रम याद रखेंगे हम कृतज्ञ भारतवासी. Vikram, you have gone, but we will always keep you in our heart and will try to follow the path of using the technology for the upliftment of the humankind. Many more individuals will be get inspired and motivated by your life. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for being with us. You have highlighted so many important points, such as he is not only visionary, he is not only the father of space program of India, he is also a visionary for rural development. He is the visionary of TV, whatever the network is today we are enjoying. For this also, he is the pioneer of a fusion program with education as well as with this satellite thing also, satellite networking system. So it's all happening due to his efforts only today. The rural village students are getting the facilities of tele education or telemedicine, etc., all these things. Thank you for being with us, for enlightening another part of the life of our Sarabhai sir, Vikram Sarabhai, who is the pioneer one and father of Indian space program. Thank you for being with us. Please stay with us, tune with us. Uh, Thank you once again. She is Nita Chaturvedi, ma'am, the scientist and remote sensing application expert from ISRO. And now it's a time to go on another aspects of a vision of our Vikram Sarabhai, that is solar analysis, solar aspects analysis, which is a under done under the PRL also. PRL, the mother institution, which has been founded by himself, Vikram Ambalal Saravai sir. And now it's a tremendous one. There is a Udaipur Solar Observatory in between the a lake, the lake city. We know Rajasthan is the lake state of lake, where so many lakes are there, and in between those lakes there are so many palaces like structures are there, and such one unique structure is uh, Udaipur Solar Observatory. And our sir, Dr. Professor, Senior Professor Ashok Ambasti sir, is serving there for so many decades, and he started his life, and so many researches has been conducted throughout his service life also. So it's our privilege that he is there to share his view how they are uh, conducting all these researches, and even on these aspects we can say till date we are nearby sun also with Aditya L1 mission, which is another aspects of the vision of our respected uh, Vikram Saravai sir. So please enlighten all those things, sir. We are eagerly waiting to listen from you. The another so important, so vital, so interesting aspects and vision of Vikram Saravai sir. Dr. Professor Ashok Ambasti sir from Udaipur Solar Observatory under PRL, former senior professor. Sir.
Thank you, Anjan, for inviting me to give a little bit of my impressions of Professor Vikram Sarabhai. And also, you said that I should talk about a little bit about our Udaipur Solar Observatory, which probably I'll do fleetingly. But the main topic is that today we are here to pay our homage to the father of Indian space program, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. And today it is 54th death anniversary of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. We remember a man whose vision continues to shape India quietly, steadily, and profoundly. When we speak of Sarabhai, we often speak of ISRO and its success in rocket launch vehicles, satellite space missions like Chandrayaan, Mangalyaan, Astrosat, which was the first astronomical satellite which was launched as a multi institutional project to study the X ray objects cosmic objects. And as somebody Anjan mentioned about Aditya L1 is for the study of the solar corona, outer layer of the sun from the Lagrangian point L1, in the space, and also many ambitious future plans of ISRO, including India's own space station and manned missions. So these are all, uh, you know, have gradually occurred over time from the beginning, or nascent beginning of ISRO. But to understand the man and his legacy, we must first understand where his ideas came from. Dr. Sarabhai was born on 12th August 1919 in Ahmedabad in a rich industrialist family that believed deeply in education, science, and social responsibility. His home retreat in Shahi Bagh, Ahmedabad, was not just a residence, but it was a meeting place for great thinkers, scientists, and artists from all over the world. That environment shaped a lifelong belief in him that science has meaning only when it serves the society. After his initial education in Ahmedabad, for example, from Gujarat College, he went to Cambridge and did pioneering work in cosmic rays. But unlike many of his contemporaries, he chose to return back to India not because conditions were ideal, but because the challenges were much greater. One of the Dr. Sarabhai's earliest and enduring contribution was the founding of the Physical Research Laboratory, which some of my colleagues already have mentioned. It was established in 1947 to begin with in his own residence in Shahi Bagh when he returned from Cambridge after his PhD. Later on, PRL was relocated to a modest hall in MG Science College in Ahmedabad. Finally, it moved to the present campus where it is situated right now in Navarangpura. But PRL was not just another research institute. It was at PRL that systematic research in cosmic rays, atmospheric physics, solar terrestrial physics, and space sciences took root. Long before rockets were launched, the scientific foundations of India's space programs were being laid here. I joined PRL in 1975, a few years after Dr. Sarabhai's untimely passing on the night of 30th December 1971, while still working on SLV design at Tumba. In fact, he just had a telephonic conversation with Dr. Abdul APJ Kalam, and after 1 hour, he had a cardiac arrest. So, although he died a few years before I joined, but still his presence at PRL was strongly felt by all and everyone, employees and students. I was a student working in theoretical physics there in PRL in 1975 onwards, and his imprint was everywhere. Beyond his humble, there was a very simple office which he had. There was no air conditioner. In fact, he came from a very rich family, but he never wanted any luxuries even in his office there in PRL. That room was preserved for everyone. He had very simple table. We used to go and peep in and see where he was working. And uh, but this office gave us some kind of intellectual freedom and the emphasis on fundamentals, the encouragement to ask difficult questions, and the quiet confidence that what we were doing mattered to the nation. So PRL reflected Sarabhai's philosophy perfectly: excellence without arrogance, ambition without noise, and science with purpose. Dr. Sarabhai possessed a very humble and very modest personality. He was not a loud leader. He did not command he did not command, but he inspired by his example. He trusted and mentored young scientists, encouraged original thinking, and believed that India could chart its own technological path instead of copying others. He brought together scientists, engineers, administrators, policy makers, and aligned them around a single idea: national development through science. Sarabhai believed that individuals are important, but institutions are essential for the newly independent India. So, besides PRL, some of my colleagues again mentioned that he played a key role in nurturing institutions of varied nature, like IIM Ahmedabad Textile Industrial Research Association, ATIRA, Space Application Center, although he did not survive to see it in functioning form. He died much before that. I saw it growing in Jodhpur, Tekra when I was a student. Then he also established Space Center in Thumba, Electronics Corporation of India Limited, Uranium Corporation of India Limited, Fast Breeder Test Reactor, Community Science Center in Ahmedabad, and apart from running his own family pharmaceutical textile companies, apart from many other institutions and many other responsibility, each institution carried his stamp: interdisciplinary thinking, autonomy, and a deep sense of social responsibility. Vikram was truly a rare combination of a creative scientist, futuristic industrialist, innovator, and visionary institution builder. As chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission, a responsibility assigned to him after the sudden accidental death of Homi Bhabha in 1966. So Dr. Sarabhai ensured that India's nuclear program remained peaceful, indigenous, and development oriented. But his most visible legacy is, of course, ISRO first started as uh, first started as INCOSPAR that was set up in 1962 by him and later reconstituted as ISRO first under DAE in 1969 and then under the umbrella of a separate department called Department of Space in 1972. He justifiably considered as the father of Indian space program. Sarabhai's vision for space was revolutionary for its time. He believed space technology should not be a prestige project, but a practical tool to connect villages, predict monsoons, support agriculture and mining, educate the masses, manage disasters, and also helping in communications. So, from modest beginnings at Tumba, he laid the scientific and institutional foundation of ISRO, that is today one of the world's most respected space program. Uh, Perhaps Dr. Sarabhai's greatest legacy lies in people he mentored. I had the privilege of working and interacting with Dr. APJ Kalam, Dr. U.R. Rao, and Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, who were true proteges of Sarabhai. They were essentially the students of PRL who worked under Sarabhai's supervision. And later on, they took over the reins of ISRO and they carried forward his vision with clarity and conviction, shaping ISRO after Sarabhai, expanding its capabilities while staying true to its original purpose. Under their leadership, ISRO grew in scale and confidence, but never lost Sarabhai's core philosophy that advanced technology in service of national development is a very important uh, thing. In closing, I should say that although Dr. Sarabhai passed away at a very young age of 52, but in a very short life, he left behind something for more lasting than achievements. He left behind a culture of scientific excellence, institutional integrity, and social responsibility. As someone who experienced that culture at PRL and beyond, I can say with conviction that Dr. Sarabhai did not merely build organization, he built a way of thinking. And as long as that way of thinking continues, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and his legacy continues to live on and motivate younger generations to contribute to the nation building. So uh, I was told by Anjan that I should also talk about solar observatory, which is uh, located in Udaipur. In fact, I was working in PRL, and in fact, I was told that Dr. Sarabhai kind of invited Dr. Arvind Bhatnagar, who was working in Mount Wilson in Palomar and also in Caltech in USA, in a solar. Essentially, he also participated there in building a solar observatory in Big Bear Solar Observatory in California. So Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, in fact, was originally the one who invited Dr. Bhatnagar to build a similar observatory like located in USA back home in India. So as a result of his invitation, Dr. Bhatnagar decided to come back to India, and then he was given a lot of support by PRL. Even after Dr. Sarabhai had expired before the establishment of the solar observatory, which was in 1975 in Udaipur. And this observatory basically is devoted to observe the sun from the ground-based observatory uh, using optical wavelengths. In fact, it is not possible to observe the sun from the ground in X-rays or ultraviolet, which is done by space platforms, because the X-rays ultraviolet don't reach the ground level due to the presence of atmosphere. So the Udaipur Solar Observatory is dedicated to observing the sun in optical wavelengths and observes the outer layers of the sun like photosphere and chromosphere. And beyond that is observed from space and also using radio telescopes. One of such telescopes is located in Pune. In fact, is the National Center for Radio Astronomy, Narangaon. So they also can observe some part of the sun. So all the solar observations are basically uh, as a kind of combination of various types of observation from ground using the optical wavelengths like in Udaipur, and which is located right now here in Udaipur in a big lake. There is a small island on which we are located because we would like to kind of reduce the interference of the scintillation, the atmospheric scintillation. So that's why we are in the lake site, which is similar to Big Bear. And then now Aditya L1 is kind of supplementing these observations from space, which is launched by ISRO. So this is what is very brief about the solar observatory. Of course, we are here to remember today the contributions of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, and one can again say that the solar observatory in Udaipur also owes its existence to the kind vision of the visionary scientist Vikram Sarabhai. So thank you so much, Anjan. I'll stop here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for enlightening all these things, a new overall desire and dream of Sarabhai, as well as very specially, you have focused on Sarabhai's dream on solar analysis also. So, thank you for being with us, sir. Please keep in touch with us and give your blessings to us also in future.
Thank you.
Also, you
Yes.
in earlier days also you have conducted so very interesting webinar, exclusive webinar on solar analysis and your duties as well as your researches and your service at Udaipur Solar Observatory. We are eagerly waiting for another one about your struggle also. Not only Saravai struggle, your struggle is also important for our nation and nation building, as well as our future scientists and students also, sir. So thanks
Thank
for
you. Thank
being with
you.
us. Keep your blessings with us, sir, in future also. Thank you, sir. And this is Professor Dr. Osho Kambaste from former senior professor from PRL. Very specially, he worked at Udaipur Solar Observatory for a long duration. Now we are would like to invite, as he is present, Professor J.K. Garg, sir, from ISRO. Sir, welcome, sir. We are eagerly
Uh,
waiting to listen from you, sir, your words of wisdom, sir. Professor J.K. Garg.
Thank you, Dr. Anjan. Uh, to begin with, I pay my respects to Professor Vikram Sarabhai. And we have imbibed so much from him. Though when I joined Space Application Center, uh, he was no more. Unfortunately, he expired in 1971, and I joined SAC in 1976. But his vision, his voice, his spirit was always there in SAC. As I mentioned, I have no personal experience of working with Dr. Sarabhai, but I have a very deep, you can say, conversation or linkage with one of his colleague, Professor Satyaprakash. He was mama of my wife. He expired 2 months back. And whenever we used to go to him, there will be something always to be talked about. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Mrinalini Bain, and even his children. So problem is that his spirit was always there, and this spirit is still there. Now, when we talk of Viksit Bharat, problem is that without space program or satellites, there cannot be any Viksit Bharat. What we talk today, suppose there is a program called Gati Shakti, that also is very important, and all those things are happening. My fellow panelists have elaborated about his life, about the organizations or institutions he established. Actually, Dr. Sarabhai was a multifaceted personality, as mentioned by Professor Sharma and Dr. Ambas also. He established so many institutions. And if you see the creativity, Darpana Academy of Performing Arts, my daughter used to go there and to learn something about Bharatanatyam when she was a small child. So that way I've been, in a small way, linked with the spirit of Professor Sarabhai. Beyond rockets and satellites, as was mentioned by my colleagues here, he was an institution builder, visionary, who blended science with art, management, and social responsibility. And whatever work I have carried out in my life, it has imprint of what Professor Sarabhai uh, thought of about India's use of space program. Dr. Sarabhai had so many distinct qualities that define Dr. Sarabhai. His mission was that don't be part of a crowd, charter your own path. And that is the thing which I imbibed from him. And whatever I did at SAC Ahmedabad, it was totally different path. Nobody else was doing it. Whether it was mentioned as by you, wetlands, it is the only resource which has a, you can say, portal in India. When this work was done, actually its importance was not realized, but now we know its importance. Another thing was his way of thinking. Whatever you know about him, that you have to think in a different way. Diversity in research, as was mentioned by so many my colleagues, rockets, social science, arts, management, and so on and so forth. And that is the thing which I got from him and worked in so many areas as mentioned by you, Dr. Anjan. And what I can say is that always national advancement was there in his mind. And that also was imbibed by ISRO and many other people, so many satellites there, you can say programs. They were all shaped by, with the vision of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. Now, as actually there are so many things which have been mentioned by Dr. Neera Chaturvedi, Dilip Bhai, and Dr. Ashok, and so many other things. Actually, there is nothing much left for me to say anything. But some of the lesser known facets of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai was, as mentioned earlier, he was a multidisciplinary scholar, atomic energy pioneer, institution builder, satellite TV visionary, as mentioned by Dilip Bhai about site. Actually, when I joined SAC, uh, July 1976, in 1976 August, there was a program to conclude site program. And there was a, quiz was there. You remember it was near, you can say our RS area, some program was there. And Professor Yashpal was our director at that time. And international collaborator, as was mentioned by other people with NASA, with France CNES, and so many other things. So basically, it is difficult to explain or say Dr. Sarabhai in a single word or his contribution in a single word. He was a socially conscious scientist, and that can be seen from site program. Site was basically for education, telemedicine, and so on and so forth. And now the use of communication for communication and remote sensing for natural resource management, environment management, and fortunately, I have the privilege of starting applications of remote sensing in environment studies in ISRO at that time, and that is very fortunate for me to know about this. What I want to say is that Sarabhai, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai was not just a scientist, but a national builder or nation builder. So many things have been said by my colleagues. And the same spirit actually, when I went to IP University in Delhi, same thing, newer things were done there as well. Similarly, institution of environment was developed at Nimrana, and there are so many other things which are going on. So, as has been mentioned, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai is father of India's space program, had multifaceted interest beyond rocketry, which also includes arts, education, and industry. If you see Ahmedabad Community Science Center, for children to know about science, at that time, it was a big thing. At that time, it was not understood by people, but he realized that if children don't know about science or they don't know science, then India cannot progress. So with all these things, there are so many things which have been started by Professor Vikram Sarabhai. So again, I pay my respects, and today is 30th December. I again pay my respects, and thank everybody for listening very patiently to me. Thank you very much, Dr. Anjan, and other colleague. Devashish also joined. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you being with us. You have enlightened all the aspects, and as a nation builder, as an institution builder, how uh, Dr. Sarabhai contributed for us and become an inspiration for all the scientific community, all the students, all the science loving community, and become basically he is the pioneer when we thought India should be one Biksit Bharat, and he is the pathfinder also in not only in space program, in the sector of space program, also in nation building in terms of science, um, scientific institution building also. Thank you for being with us, giving an enlightenment on Sarabhai. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have with us another pioneer scientist as well as uh, group director ISRO, former group director ISRO, Devashish Goswami sir. I would like to invite Devashish Goswami sir to speak and give a enlightening, inspirational, motivational words of wisdom to share on Sarabhai, as well as to inspire our students and teachers also, so that in next phase we can in we may get some Sarabhai from any house or any school for our nation building in future also, sir. Devashish Goswami sir, former group director ISRO and scientist, sir.
Namaskar. Banik ji, am I audible?
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, Banik ji, for giving me the invite on this prestigious occasion where you are initiating the e-competition and the national competition for teachers, and the entire competition you are naming after what I will say the pioneer and the original thinker of the Indian space program, a great contributor to the Indian entire atomic energy program, or I will say the one of the primary thinkers who created the strategic departments and the actual scientific hardcore technology and science in this country, and took India forward, created what I will say several exclusive islands of technological excellence, and in his own way, the most important thing on this occasion, which I would like to say and related to the specific program which Banik ji is creating through the National Teachers Association to award the teachers, and the concept that the award itself is named after Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. The point here is that Dr. Vikram Sarabhai was actually a great mentor. An institution like Space Technology Institution and Atomic Energy Institution is 90% human resource, 10% raw materials. Unlike a truck moving on the road, which is 75% material cost and the value addition is 25%. But the actual material cost of any space technology program, whether it is for science purpose or whether it is for societal achievements or for communication or for remote sensing. The fascinating thing is, जिसे हिंदी में कहते हैं कि कल पुर्जा जितना खरीदा 100 रुपए का प्रोजेक्ट से 90 रुपए का ह्यूमन वैल्यू एडिशन होता है और 10 रुपए का कल पुर्जा होता है. आप लोग चंद्रयान 700 करोड़ में भेजे हैं, मगर उसका एक्चुअल टेंडरिंग करके कॉस्ट, मैं तो टेंडरिंग में भी इन्वॉल्व था, तो सब माल मसाला नट बोल्ट इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स सब कुछ मिलाकर भी 100 करोड़ का नहीं होता है. बाकी उसकी जो कीमत होती है वो ये होता है, और हर एक देश में यही होता है। आप नासा का अभी नाइसार प्रोग्राम किया गया, उसे कहा गया कि 12,000 करोड़ है, मगर 12,000 करोड़ में से 11,000 करोड़ तो ह्यूमन वैल्यू एडिशन थी, 1,000 करोड़ का ही माल मसाला था। तो इसके लिए विक्रम साराभाई is one of the great pioneer teachers. He's a mentor, he's an institution builder. And fascinatingly, I have personally visited or seen him speaking both from a podium and as one of the student representatives. In those days, I was a very small kid because I have grown up in the same city as Vikram Sarabhai, Ahmedabad. And initially, I saw him when the inauguration of the IIM campus was done. Initially, the IIM campus was held in our Polytechnic, which is very close to where I stay. There, the Indian Institute of Management was started. There was no space. And Vikram Sarabhai worked out a solution with partially his own land and with the help of government of Gujarat created the space for the Indian Institute of Management. And on the inauguration of this, late in 1966, he had come to give a lecture in the Secretariat, which I, as a kid, was invited and went with my father, who was a senior officer in government of Gujarat. There is another few more things about such a great teacher, Vikram Sarabhai. The original antenna at Ahmedabad Earth Station, or what was called ESCAS, you see, that was actually brought from Japan. It is NEC Japan, and it is still working. But the point is that the original land on which that Earth Station was built and from where the Space Application Center was created later on with additional land, that original land actually belonged to Vikram Sarabhai's own family. You see, which means that he has done a self-sacrifice. Let me tell you, the same piece of land today would be worth more than several hundred crores. But he has given that land on a long lease to Government of India. And I don't know how many people have done it. To actually create a department of the Government of India, he has given his own personal land. There is another fascinating aspect of Vikram Sarabhai. Vikram Sarabhai was actually born with what is called not even silver spoon, but gold spoon. He was one of the two waris of the entire Calico Mill program, Gautam Sarabhai and Vikram Sarabhai. Gautam Bhai was his elder, who went on to take over the Calico Mill side. And Vikram Bhai, he went over to take the education side. And instead of concentrating on the hardcore textile technology and Calico Mill, indeed Calico Mill was the greatest and largest mill in entire Gujarat and one of the largest in the entire Asia in those days. Slowly the Calico Mill doesn't exist today, which is still in memories. But जो Calico Mill का जो पूरा जो वो अपना चिमनी का जो हवा होती थी, वो काला धुआं निकलता था, वो 1977, 1978 तक 80 तक जब कैलिको मिल का धुआं डिसेबल नहीं किया गया सरकार से, that धुआं used to spread across entire Ahmedabad. It was such a large mill. Now he had money, but in spite of having money, जिसे कहते हैं लक्ष्मी होते हुए भी सरस्वती का पीछा किया. ये एक बहुत बड़ी बात है कि और उनकी वजह से उन्होंने फैमिली बिजनेस में उतना ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं दिया, दूसरी तरफ ध्यान दिया और थोड़ा थोड़ा एडवाइस उसमें देते रहे. आस्ते आस्ते करके वही हुनर यदि उनको परिवार में उन्होंने लगाया होता तो शायद कैलिको मिल आज बहुत बड़ी हो सकती थी, अगर वो बंद हो गई. उन्होंने दूसरी तरफ ध्यान दिया, देश की सेवा की. और उनका एक मोटो था जो हमारे इसरो में बहुत ज्यादा, मेरे पास अभी एक उनका फोटो भी है मगर अभी लगा नहीं पाऊंगा, तो उनके पीछे लिखा हुआ है कि साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी फॉर सोसाइटियल बेनिफिट, फॉर द ग्रेटर गुड ऑफ द सोसाइटी. So science and technology not for military, not for competition, because in the days when he was actually doing his work on both atomic technology as well as space technology, it was more like a war. You see, first when 1957 the first Yuri Gagarin went in space and USA could not put the first man in space. In 1961 Kennedy had announced that in do or die, in 10 years, we have to put a man on moon. First, do or die. It is a war now. So, but he did not join in that war mode at all, because obviously India did not have that much of technology. Or as a matter of fact, even today, we are not into that much hardcore of technology actually. That's a fact of life. We have to accept it. But the fact remained that this is where he had a broader vision. उनके पास एक सोच थी कि जो आज हमारे पास नहीं है वो हमें सीखना पड़ेगा। और ये कोई बुरी सोच नहीं है, मैं आपको बता दूं। इसमें एक दूसरे देश का पैरेलल एग्जांपल दूं। रॉकेट्स हमारे देश में जो नाइकी अपाचे रॉकेट्स आई और उसके बाद उन्होंने रूसी रॉकेट लाए और उससे थुम्बा का स्टेशन बना। आपको बता दें कि थुम्बा का स्टेशन के लिए कोई जगह ही नहीं मिली थी, वो चर्च में बनाया गया था और चर्च से साइकिल के ऊपर थुम्बा के लॉन्च साइट में लिया जाता था। और एडवांटेज ये था कि दूसरे देशों को जो ट्रॉपिकल और इक्वेटोरियल जो आकाश थी उसकी स्टडी करनी थी, कहीं जगह नहीं मिली, तो उन्होंने फ्रांस के साथ उनके अच्छे संबंध थे, अमेरिका के साथ भी उनके बहुत पर्सनल अच्छे संबंध थे। ये एक बहुत बड़ी चीज है कि किसी भी देश को साइंस में टेक्नोलॉजी में आगे बढ़ना है तो खुद जो नहीं कर सकते हैं तो किसी के साथ, वो कहते हैं ना कि आप किसी और के साथ नहीं जुड़ोगे तो आपका विकास नहीं हो सकता है। तो ये चीज में वो मानते थे कि जो हमारे पास नहीं है वो बाहर से लाना पड़ेगा, वो सीखना पड़ेगा। और साथ में विक्रम साराभाई जी ने एक बहुत बड़ी बात कही, जो टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट थे इस देश के, उनको जितने को भी वो पहचानते थे, जो विदेश में थे उनको भी वो पहचानते थे, उन सबको उन्होंने हाथ जोड़ के रिक्वेस्ट करके वो लेके आए। साथ में उन्होंने खुद की सैक्रिफाइसेस भी की। जैसे मैंने बताया कि उन्होंने अपने परिवार की जमीन देके एंटेना लगवाया, और वो एंटेना जो इस देश के काम आया है वो सभी चीजों के बारे में मैं नहीं पर्सनली बता सकता हूँ। मैं आपको ये भी बता दूं कि वो लड़ाई में भी काम आई है। 1974 के हमारी जो पोखरण की जो पहली अणुशक्ति की प्रयोग थी उसमें भी काम आई है। हर एक चीज में वो एंटेना काम आई है। तो इस तरह से उन्होंने कई सैक्रिफाइस भी किए, मगर सबसे बड़ी रोल जो आज के प्रोग्राम के लिए जो इम्पोर्टेंट है और वो है कि ही वॉज ए मास्टर, not only a teacher but a master principal. He could create a sense of belonging amongst young people, amongst people who were not even knowing those technologies, who were raw hands, and slowly, surely were trained. And the most important thing is जो उनकी सोच थी, किसी तरह से हंस के, किसी को ज्यादा डांट के नहीं, किसी को जरा जोर से बोल के नहीं, बड़े प्यार से समझा के उन्होंने सब में एक कहते हैं ना कि, और ये बात मेरे पर्सनल अनुभव से मैं आपको बताता हूं कि जब मैं सैटेलाइट के इंटीग्रेशन के लिए जाता था बेंगलोर में, और उसके बाद सैटेलाइट के लॉन्च के लिए हम लोग एक सेंटर है हसन में, तो वहां जाके आदमी बदल जाता है। वो कहते हैं ना कि हिंदुस्तान का इंजीनियर जाके अमेरिका में अलग काम करता है, उसी तरह से वही हिंदुस्तान का इंजीनियर, आपका कोई परिवार नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, आप सिर्फ काम में ही जुड़े रहते हैं। वो एक अलग माहौल में जुड़ जाते हैं। तो वो माहौल वो दे पाए कि मैं तो 1983 में इंजीनियर बना हूं। मैंने उनको देखा है 1969 में, वो एक बार लेक्चर देने आए थे, और एक बार बहुत छोटा था, तब मैं 8-9 साल का था, पहली बार मैं विक्रम साराभाई कम्युनिटी सेंटर में गया था। मैं हमारे कई सालों में वहां पे मेंबर भी था, और बाद में मैंने वहां विक्रम साराभाई सेंटर में कंट्रीब्यूशन भी करी थी। मैं एस्ट्रोनॉमी प्रोग्राम में इंटरेस्ट रखता हूं, तो अपना खुद का टेलीस्कोप ले जाके बच्चों को सिखाता भी था, समर प्रोजेक्ट्स में भी करता था, उसमें मुझे इंटरेस्ट था। मगर उनको उस इनागुरेशन में मैं गया था, क्योंकि तब हमको स्कूल से लिया गया था, तो हम लोग गए थे देखने के लिए और दूर से उनको देखे थे। आपको बता दें कि वो जो नेहरू जी जो कोट पहनते थे वैसा एक लंबा वाला वो कोट पहनते थे, एक शेरवानी पहनते थे, कोई शर्ट पैंट नहीं पहनते थे ज्यादातर, और वही ड्रेस जो एक छवि है, उन्हीं की स्टैचू आज तक सबकी मन में लगी हुई है। तो यही सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि आज यदि कोई भी टीचर सुन रहे हैं तो आपको, हर एक टीचर को ये चीज सीखनी है कि किस तरह से वो हुनर को आप बाहर लाएं। आपके मन में जो एक छवि आपके बना के रखी है कि आप एक कुछ करना चाहते हैं, देश के लिए करना चाहते हैं, समाज के लिए करना चाहते हैं, आपके परिवार के लिए करना चाहते हैं, तो जो भी आपको करना है उसको किस तरह से दैट सात्वीकरण, द संस्कृत शब्द है एक कि सात्वीकरण, हाउ टू मैनेज एंड क्रिएट ए एनवायरनमेंट बाय व्हिच अदर्स डू टेक पार्ट इन योर थॉट प्रोसेस, एंड दैट थॉट प्रोसेस इज समहाउ one of the greatest success of Vikram ji, and that we have to really salute, because there has been no other so far so well known example who has created such institutions in this country in his own right. The more important thing is that the thought process which he has created, not only in space technology, in atomic systems, whether it is the institutes of management, and the most important thing, another part is that even as a teacher, he would have faced a large number of reluctant government officials. But he was able to create the channels with the highest authority. He used to be in touch with the prime ministers, the direct defense ministers, and Indira Gandhi used to directly call him even for the science technology programs. And because of that, the fact that somehow it's not that these sort of things don't happen on their own. There has to be something so fascinating about him that even the prime ministers of the country were able to talk to him. वो कभी किसी से झगड़ा भी नहीं करते थे, उनको समझाने की कोशिश करते थे कि ये सब चीजें जरूरी है। क्योंकि आपको बता दें कि जिस समय हिंदुस्तान ने स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि एंटेना लगाई गई एस्कस, और ये एनईसी जापान ने गिफ्ट में भी दिया था, यूएनडीपी प्रोग्राम से आया था, और काफी पैसा हमें भी देना पड़ा था, लगाना भी पड़ा था, मगर ये सब चीजें हिंदुस्तान की प्रायोरिटी नहीं थी। जब ये लगाया गया था 1967 में, तो उस जमाने में हिंदुस्तान को PL 480 का चेक भी मिल रहा था, यानी हमारे देश में खाना नहीं था, खाना अमेरिका से आता था, और PL 480 की दान पत्र की चेक अमेरिका ने हमको दी गई थी। तो उस समय भी हिंदुस्तान के ये एक महाअनुभव, और मैं कहूंगा कि वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट पीपल हु हैज लिव्ड इन दिस लैंड एज ए क्रिएटर ऑफ ए सिस्टम which is surviving and is going on to heights to the extent that हम लोग 3 बार मून का ऑर्बिट करके आए, 1 बार मून में लैंड भी कर लिए, मून का 25 सेंटीमीटर का फोटो भी लिए, इतने सारे सैटेलाइट बना लिए, इतने सैटेलाइट हमने बना दिए कि हमारे सैटेलाइट्स का जो डेटा है, उनके फोटोज है, वो इतनी रिस्पेक्ट है हमारी डेटा की। मैं आपको बता दें कि यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स जियोलॉजिकल सर्विस जो है इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट वेल रिकॉग्नाइज्ड साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन द वर्ल्ड। वो पूरे अमेरिका पर हिंदुस्तान के सैटेलाइट का डेटा होस्ट करती है, लैंडसेट के डेटा के साथ, उनका खुद का डेटा के साथ, यूरोप के डेटा के साथ, सेंटिनल का डेटा है, उसके साथ हिंदुस्तान के डेटा की कंपैरिजन होती है, तुलना होती है, और उनके मापदंड में हमारी सैटेलाइट के डेटा कंपीट करती है। तो उसी तरह से जो हमारे देश का आजकल जो विकास हो रहा है, इस विकास में जो कहते हैं ना कि वो कहते हैं कि वो पेड़ लगा के गए हैं, वो बीज बो के गए हैं, और वो डाल, वो पत्ते, वो फल हम लोग आज कर रहे हैं। और ये अच्छी बात है कि उन्होंने जो एक सेंस ऑफ बिलोंगिंग सब लोगों में लगाई, वो कहते हैं आज उनको काफी लोग कहते हैं इसरो कल्चर कहते हैं, कोई कहते हैं कि एक मैनेजमेंट कल्चर है, ये है। तो ये कल्चर का उन्होंने एक तरह से ही हैज क्रिएटेड दैट सिस्टम which somehow has surprised and survived as an island in entire India. Because let me tell you, the most important part of Vikram Sarabhai ji was possibly, maybe I don't know, but it is said that once he was inspired by the thought process of how Japan learned the optical technology. Japan never built any lens, let me tell you that. They all, the Kaiser of Germany in those days was friends with the Emperor of Japan. And the PhD students from all Japan used to go and learn in Berlin. Only lens making facilities were there in Sweden, Germany and Belgium. वही ऑप्टिकल लेंस बनाते थे, वही टेलीस्कोप बनाते थे, वही माइक्रोस्कोप बनाते थे, वही लाइका, हैसेलब्लाड, वही लोग ही करते थे काम, प्रैक्टिका। मगर ना निकॉन था, ना कैनन था, ना कोई भी नहीं था। मैं तो थोड़ा फोटोग्राफी करता हूँ, मगर ये सब लोगों को वो सिखाया। उसी तरह से इन्होंने भी एक चीज करी कि जो हमें नहीं आता है वो किसी से हमको करके सीखना पड़ेगा। इस तरह से सबसे पहले उन्होंने जो काम करी हमारे देश में, जो इंडिजिनाइजेशन, नाइकी अपाचे रॉकेट को पूरा खोला। आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, फोटोग्राफ्स भी है शायद, इफ नॉट देयर मैं अंजन जी को भेज दूंगा। डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम और उनकी पूरी टीम, हमारे प्रीवियस एक डायरेक्टर थे चिटनिस जी, उसी भी उस फोटो में है। फिर वो लोग सब वो पूरा नाइकी का रॉकेट खोल के बैठ जाते थे, आस्ते आस्ते करके फ्रांस से जाके, फिर रूस से जाके जो रॉकेट्स की पार्ट्स थी उनको पूछ के किसी तरह से ड्राइंग को रीड्राइंग किया गया, और फिर आस्ते आस्ते करके वो रॉकेट पूरी तरह से हिंदुस्तान में बनाया गया। उन्होंने हमारे एक प्रीवियस चेयरमैन थे UR राव जी को, उनकी पहचान से उन्होंने उनको JPL नासा में भेजा, और वहां जो 20 साल पुरानी जो सिस्टम थी, जो एक मर्क्यूरी नाम की सैटेलाइट थी, उस सैटेलाइट की बस के डिजाइन जो थे वो हमारे वो प्रीवियस चेयरमैन काफी जितना उनको मिल सका वो पूरा डेटा लेके आए थे। उसी सैटेलाइट के जोर पे हमारी ओरिजिनल पहली सैटेलाइट भास्करा और आर्यभट्ट बनी थी। तो इस तरह से जो एक थॉट प्रोसेस कि मुझे किसी भी तरह से वर्क अराउंड प्लान कीजिए, डू और डाई, आई विल टेक माई कंट्री फॉरवर्ड, आई विल सी दैट somehow I will do something in my life in a way that which Even if the technology is not there, we will try to discover it. और आज ऐसा हुआ है कि हिंदुस्तान स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी है, एटॉमिक एनर्जी है, मैनेजमेंट थियरी है, सभी जगह में हिंदुस्तान ने उत्कृष्टि हासिल कर ली है। आपको बता दें कि हिंदुस्तान, जैसे मैंने अभी कहा कि डेटा होस्ट किया जाता है, अभी न्यूज जो आप देख रहे हैं कि हिंदुस्तान, इंडिया हैज लॉन्च्ड द 6.5 टन 6500 किलोग्राम सैटेलाइट ऑफ यूएसए, सो जिसे कहते हैं, और जो उनकी उपलब्धि है इन स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी में, आपको उल्टा बताता हूं कि we were ruled by the British till 1947, but Britain can't launch any satellite, even make an entire satellite on its own. It doesn't have a rocket system. It gets its satellite launched through India. Understood? So that's called the full circle. The same country, Britain, which was ruling over us, जिसने टाटा स्टील के जमशेद जी को कहा था कि I will, उनके वो कोरा स्टील थे तब, ब्रिटिश स्टील ने कहा था कि I will chew every pound of steel that you produce. Means कि तुम स्टील बना ही नहीं सकते हो, मैं उसको चबा जाऊंगा। तो वही देश आज हिंदुस्तान के इसरो के रॉकेट से अपने सैटेलाइट लगाते हैं, हिंदुस्तान के साथ कोलैबोरेट करते हैं। तो ये सब चीजें जो मैं आप वही कहा कि उन्होंने जो एक बीज बोए, उन्होंने जो पौधा को पानी दिया, और उस एक पौधे नहीं बट कई पौधे बनाए, और वो पौधे माइग्रेट भी करे सभी जगह जाके। हमारे इवन डिफेंस सिस्टम में अब्दुल कलाम जी ने बहुत बड़ा काम किया। वो ओरिजिनली उसी रॉकेट सिस्टम में काम करते थे और वो वन ऑफ द ओरिजिनल पायोनियर्स थे, उनके साथ थे। तो मेरी ये एक नसीब अच्छी थी कि जब मैं छोटा था, पिताजी के उंगली पकड़ के चलता था, मैं इसी शहर में रहा हूं, तो मैंने उनको सजीवन देखा हुआ है, विक्रम जी को। और आपको बता दें कि जो स्टैचू उनका बनाया गया है, जो कि वो काफी कम उम्र में चले गए थे, एंड अंडर वेरी मिस्टीरियस सर्कमस्टेंसेस, 19 दिसंबर 30 तारीख को ही चले गए थे, इसी दिन जस्ट लड़ाई होने के बाद, जो हमारी पाकिस्तान के साथ लड़ाई हुई थी। मगर कहने की बात है कि इन स्पाइट ऑफ बीइंग जस्ट 52 and having worked for just about 22-23 years, there are some people who leave their footprints behind. तो विक्रम जी ये हैं। तो मेरा नेशनल टीचर्स एसोसिएशन से और सभी जो शिक्षक है उनको यही बताए कि आप उनकी महानता मत देखिए, मगर उनका जो काम था कि ही वॉज ए मेंटर। आप एज ए शिक्षक, आपके ही प्रोग्राम में बनिक जी मैंने ये बात भी कहा है कि आपको किसी तरह से उस बच्चे की हुनर देखनी है। वो हुनर ढूंढ निकालने की ताकत जो थी वो विक्रम भाई में थी। वो हुनर ढूंढने लगी कि इन लोग हमारे देश को आगे ले जा सकते हैं, ये एक इंस्टीट्यूशन बना सकते हैं। उस तरह से उन्होंने कई चीजों में काम किया। उनकी ओरिजिनल रिसर्च तो थी वो कॉस्मिक रेस और स्पेस, जो अपना जो बेसिक रिलेटिविटी थियरी, कॉस्मिक रेस, उसी में वो काम करते थे, क्योंकि सभी फिजिक्स के जो फिजिसिस्ट थे इस देश के वो उसी जगह से आए हैं। TIFR फिजिक्स थियरी उसी से भी आए थे, कैम्ब्रिज में ही ज्यादा पढ़े थे। मगर बड़ी बात है कि पढ़ने के बाद उन्होंने अपनी सोच बदल दी, और बदलने के बाद उन्होंने किसी तरह से वो इलाइटिस्ट फिजिक्स न करके, इलाइटिस्ट फिजिक्स जिसे कहते हैं कि मैं तो पेपर पब्लिश करूंगा, मैं ये करूंगा वो करूंगा, नहीं, मगर उन्होंने कलपुर्जे से काम करना शुरू किया। वो खुद जाके बैठ के, विक्रम साराभाई खुद थुम्बा स्पेस स्टेशन में जाके खुद भी अपनी टीम के साथ काम करते थे, ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ सुपरवाइज करते थे। तो सबसे बड़ी बात हर एक टीचर और हर एक शिक्षक के लिए ये है कि आप ये चीज देखिए कि आपको इस तरह से पढ़ाना है कि बच्चे को आप एंथ्यूज कीजिए और पुस्तक से बाहर लेके आइए। किसी पुस्तक में यदि हम पढ़े रहते तो कभी कोई सैटेलाइट न बना पाते, कभी कोई एटॉमिक डिवाइस न बना पाते, न कुछ भी न कर पाते। तो देश को आगे ले जाने के लिए ये मैसेज बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है कि वी हैव टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन द गुड थिंग्स व्हिच ही हैज डन, एंड दोज गुड थिंग्स वी हैव टू डिस्टिल आउट व्हाट इज एप्लीकेबल टू द टीचर्स ऑफ दिस कंट्री। तो ये बनिक जी, आपने हमको बुलाया, बहुत अच्छा लगा। And thank you so much for it. And I hope to continue our session in the future. तो आज मेरा संदेश है कि टीचर्स जो हमारे देश के हैं ये जरूर देखें कि किस तरह से, किस विषय में कौन आगे है, कौन सा बच्चा आगे है। ये छोटा हो बड़ा हो, उसमें से ढूंढ निकालने की कोशिश करें। और दूसरी चीज है कि वो थोड़ा समय ज्यादा दे, किस बच्चे को कितना ज्यादा समय चाहिए। ये चीज विक्रम भाई की ये बहुत बड़ी चीज थी कि हर एक ही कुड आइडेंटिफाई हु वाज गुड इन व्हाट। जो फिजिक्स का स्पेशलिस्ट है उसको आप किसी और काम में मत लगाइए। उन्होंने ये ATS प्रोग्राम के साथ जो काम किया, इट वाज द टेक्नोलॉजी पार्ट वाज ओनली द ग्राउंड सिस्टम पार्ट। जो हम लोगों ने पहली बार हिंदुस्तान में खुद टेलीविजन सेट्स बनाए कैथोड रे ट्यूब ला करके, वो ट्रेनिंग हुई, सब कुछ हुई, मगर द सैटेलाइट सेगमेंट एंड मेजर टेक्नोलॉजी केम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड। However, he created a huge set of people who were working in social sciences. टेक्नोलॉजी से हम देश को क्या फायदा कर सकते हैं। तो उन्होंने जो खेड़ा प्रोग्राम जो है अपना, वो एक साइट प्रोग्राम शुरू किया, जिससे पहली बार टेलीविजन से, जो उस जमाने में हमारे मोबाइल फोन वगैरह नहीं थे कि टावर लगा दो और आपका मोबाइल फोन चालू हो जाएगा और यूट्यूब चालू हो जाएगा सब जगह। तो गांव में कुछ कम्युनिकेशन था ही नहीं, हमारे देश में टेलीफोन भी नहीं थे, लाइन भी नहीं लगे थे। पहली बार हमारे देश में प्रोग्राम्स लगाए गए, और वो भी उन्होंने कहा कि एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोग्राम्स ज्यादा की जाए और देश में जो अंधविश्वास है उसको दूर करने के प्रोग्राम की जाए। और उसके लिए हिंदुस्तान में उन्होंने एक बहुत बड़ी एक डेको नाम की संस्था भी एस्टेब्लिश कर दी। और ये सब चीजें जो करने में मीन्स एक वाइड थिंकिंग कि हु इज गुड फॉर व्हाट, लेट अस पुट हिम इन द राइट प्लेस एट द राइट पर्सन एट द राइट पॉइंट टाइम। तो ये सब चीजें हमारे, मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा अंजन जी से कि वो उनके टीचर्स फोरम में जरूर डिस्कस करें कि दीज आर फ्यू थिंग्स व्हिच हैव टू बी इम्बाइब्ड फ्रॉम सम ऑफ द विजनरीज ऑफ आवर कंट्री। एंड विक्रम भाई इज ऑब्वियसली somebody जिनका नाम कई शतकों तक हिंदुस्तान में याद रखा जाएगा। एंड नमस्कार अगेन विक्रम बनिक जी, थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर। सर बहुत सारे बिंदुएं आपने अपनी डिस्कशन में लाई है जो बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। मैं तो सबसे पहला जो कहना चाहूँगा, जैसे कि आपने साइंस डिप्लोमेसी की बात की, भारत में एक नई तरह की सोच कि हम स्पेस के बारे में सोचे, हम मिसाइल के बारे में सोचे, रॉकेट के बारे में सोचे। तो ये सब सोच तब के समय पे बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण तो नहीं था, या फिर मतलब उनका जो पॉलिटिक भारत का जो सिचुएशन था उस समय उतना नहीं था। लेकिन वो ड्रीम जो उन्होंने दिखा, ना केवल दिखा, उनको अपने वजूद पर लाए, ठीक है ना। और साथ में ही मतलब पॉलिटिकल जितने भी लीडरशिप थे, वो प्रधानमंत्री नेहरू जी हो या फिर और कोई, उनको समझाना भी एक बहुत ही मतलब तकनीकी तरह से बहुत ही मतलब मुश्किल थी। तो उस हिसाब से अगर हम देखें तो साइंस डिप्लोमेसी, या फिर आपने जो बताया कि विदेशों से रॉकेट के बारे में सोच लाना, नॉलेज लाना, एक्सपर्ट जो चीजें होती है वो सब लाना, या फिर साधन लाना, वो सब लाना और उनको समझाना, फ्रांस को, गुयाना को कि इस्तेमाल के लिए, या फिर अमेरिका को, नासा के को, यूरोपियन कंट्रीज को उनको समझाना। तो ये जो साइंस डिप्लोमेसी है, मुझे लगता है ये एक बहुत अच्छी बात आपने उठाई, जो कि हमें सोचनी चाहिए, उनसे सीखनी चाहिए। और साथ में ही जो बातें आपने से कही कि टीचरों को भी उन्हीं की तरह टीचिंग देना चाहिए, जिस तरह से वो बिहेव करते थे, जिस तरह से वो सोचते थे कि एक शिक्षक की तरह ही सोचते थे। और साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी को आज इतनी दूर तक, दराज तक, कि हम गर्व कर पाते हैं कि भारत चांद पे है, भारत मंगल पे है, भारत सूरज तक पहुंच गया। तो ये गौरव
नहीं,
करने की जो गाथा है।
एक बात उसमें बताओ। एक्चुअली जो आदित्य मिशन है वो सूरज तक पहुंचा नहीं है,
नहीं
वो
सर,
एक्चुअली पृथ्वी से
लेकिन
करीब करीब 15 लाख 18 लाख किलोमीटर के बीच में रहता है। सूरज
सर,
तो कई करोड़ों किलोमीटर दूर है, तो उसको हम लोग
सर,
L1 पॉइंट कहते हैं, क्योंकि इस मिशन से मैं खुद भी जुड़ा हुआ हूँ। जो
सर,
VLCC कैमरा था वो मेरे ही डिपार्टमेंट में बना था, हम लोग खुद भी उसमें पार्ट थे। तो
सर,
इसमें कहा जाता है वो एक्चुअली 15 लाख किलोमीटर L1 पॉइंट कहा जाता है, जो गुरुत्वाकर्षण जो होती है पृथ्वी, चंद्र और सूरज, जो 3 पॉइंट मूवमेंट प्रॉब्लम कहते हैं। तो वो 3 पॉइंट प्रॉब्लम में इक्वल ग्रेविटेशनल पॉइंट होती है L1 पॉइंट, इट इज नियर टुवर्ड्स द सन। तो वहां आदित्य मिशन को रखा गया है। और सूरज के पास तो वो दूसरा नासा का प्रोग्राम पहुंचा है बहुत पास में, एक्चुअली हम लोग वहां नहीं पहुंचे। तो ये आदित्य जो है वो सूरज को ऑब्जर्व करता है, इट क्रिएट्स द कोरोना ऑब्जर्वेशन and the sunspot observation and the magnetometer observation of the using the actual solar observatory कहा जाता है उसे। तो वो सूरज का बहुत नजदीक नहीं है, सूरज के नजदीक जाएंगे तो वो तो सूरज तो उसको मेल्ट कर देगा एक्चुअली। तो उसको हम लोग L1 पॉइंट पे रखे हुए हैं। तो ये एक चीज है। तो सूरज पर ऑब्जर्वेशन भी हम लोग कर रहे हैं, और प्लस एक सोलर ऑब्जर्वेटरी जो पहले बात करी हमारे प्रोफेसर थे जो PRL के, वो सोलर ऑब्जर्वेटरी भी उन्होंने किसी हमारे जो सोलर जो एस्ट्रोनॉमी एक्सपर्ट्स थे, जो मैंने बताया कि वो एस्ट्रोनॉमी एक्सपर्ट्स थे, उन सबको वो लेके भी आए। वो कहते हैं ना, किसी तरह से मींस ट्राई टू कन्विंस द पीपल हु आर अब्रॉड साइंटिस्ट टू कम एंड वर्क फॉर द कंट्री, वो उन्होंने किया। आपने जो डिप्लोमेसी की बात करी अंजन जी, उसमें आपको बढ़िया बता दूं कि हिंदुस्तान का संबंध साइंस लेवल पे फ्रांस के साथ जो उन्होंने एस्टेब्लिश किया है, रूस के साथ जो एस्टेब्लिश किया है, उनकी नींव उन्होंने ही रखी थी। और अमेरिका में कितने भी मोड़ तोड़ आए, गरम ठंडा चले, मगर जो साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी का रिलेशन है इसरो के साथ, खास करके जो उसका इक्विवेलेंट जो नासा के साथ रिलेशन है, वो बहुत यूनिफॉर्म रहती है। उसकी नींव वो डाल के गए, आपको बता दें, उसकी नींव वो डाल के गए हैं। और उन्होंने जो कन्विंस किया हमारे देश के तब उस जमाने में के पॉलिटिशियंस को, और बाद में शायद अभी भी कन्विंसिंग चलती है, कि कुछ भी हो ये रिलेशनशिप टूटनी नहीं चाहिए। तो ये डिप्लोमेसी भी उनकी ही देन है कि उन्होंने ये डिप्लोमेसी एस्टेब्लिश करके गए। और हमारे कई प्रोग्राम उनके कोऑपरेशन से होते हैं। और आज ऐसा भी है कि नासा के सैटेलाइट्स आधे नासा बनाती है और आधा सैटेलाइट हम बनाते हैं, और लॉन्च हम लोग कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि हमारे देश से उनको लॉन्च करना सस्ता पड़ता है। और सैटेलाइट का पूरा बस बनाना, पूरा जो रिमोट सेंसिंग सैटेलाइट है नाइसार, उसका जो सैटेलाइट का डिब्बा बनाना होता है, वो हमारे देश से बनाना बहुत सस्ता पड़ता है। तो वो उसका फायदा ले रहे हैं और हम उनकी टेक्नोलॉजी का फायदा ले रहे हैं। उनका डेटा हमें देता है और वो कई समय इसमें आपको बता दें कि एक और कोऑपरेशन है। सी, नो कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड कैन कैरी आउट एक्स्ट्रा टेरेस्ट्रियल मून मिशन, मार्स मिशन विदाउट द हेल्प फ्रॉम अदर कंट्रीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, क्योंकि पृथ्वी तो 24 घंटे में घूम जाती है। और जब आपको कमांड भेजना है, मून से डेटा लेना है, और आप यदि मून को देख नहीं पा रहे हैं तब, ठीक है ना, तो आपका एंटेना तो डेटा लेगा ही नहीं। इसलिए उसको डीप स्पेस नेटवर्क कहते हैं। तो डीप स्पेस नेटवर्क के साथ जुड़ना, ये भी विक्रम साराभाई जी ही करके गए थे। ये पूरी इंटरनेशनल एक नेटवर्क है, डीप स्पेस नेटवर्क कहते हैं हम लोग। तो वो सभी जगह पे पृथ्वी के सभी गोलाकार में चारों तरफ उसके एंटेना है। नॉर्थ पोल के साइड है, साउथ पोल के साइड है, एंटार्क्टिका में है, फिर यूएसए में है, फिर बेयर्स लेक में है, फिर अपना इंडोनेशिया में है, फिर मॉरिशस में अभी अपना भी स्टेशन बन रहा है, तो फिर रशिया में है, तो इस तरह से नॉर्वे में है। ये सब पूरी जो है वो नासा ने ही बनाई थी एक्चुअली, इंटरनेशनल स्टेशन। इसके साथ भी जुड़ना और हिंदुस्तान को ये पूरी स्पेस एजेंसियों के साथ मेंबरशिप करना, उनकी ओरिजिनल थिंकिंग प्रोसेस थी। बाद में उन्होंने हिंदुस्तान को इंटरनेशनल एटॉमिक एनर्जी का भी मेंबर बनाया, जब बाद में वो चेयरमैन बने। ये भी उनकी बहुत बड़ी देन थी। तो आपने जो बताया कि एक इंटरनेशनल डिप्लोमेसी जिसके साथ जो एक साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी का जो रिलेशन रहता है, वो हमेशा के लिए बना रहा है, उसमें उनका बहुत बड़ा साथ रहा है। और ये भी बात लोगों को कम पता है कि वो एक अकेले शायद साइंटिस्ट है हिंदुस्तान के, जो उनके खुद के घर की जमीन जो है वो स्पेस एप्लीकेशन सेंटर की नींव जो बनी, अप्रोक्सीमेटली 1/4 लैंड ऑफ स्पेस एप्लीकेशन सेंटर इज एक्चुअली बिलोंगिंग टू द विक्रम साराभाई फैमिली। उसके बाद की जो जमीन है, जो जितनी बाकी 3/4 है, वो गुजरात सरकार ने दी हुई है। बट द ओरिजिनल एंटेना एंड अप्रोक्सीमेटली more than 200 feet on either side of it actually belongs to विक्रम साराभाई फैमिली। उन्होंने खुद डोनेशन किया था उसके लिए। शायद किसी व्यक्ति ने देश के लिए ऐसा डोनेशन किया हो।
ठीक 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 सर। ये और दूसरा एक मुद्दा आपने बताया कि सर उनका जो टीचिंग के लिए जो उनका जुनून था, वो वैज्ञानिक होते हुए भी एक टीचर जैसे बिहेव करते थे। और हम टीचरों को और हर किसी टीचरों को विकसित भारत में अच्छे बच्चे को बनाने के लिए, इनका विकास के लिए उन्हीं का को एक रोल मॉडल के तौर पे देखना चाहिए। तो हमारा जो ये कार्यक्रम सर 1 जनवरी से 28 फरवरी जो नेशनल साइंस डे तब तक चलेगा। ये 2 महीने के लिए हम एक लिंक ओपन करेंगे जिसमें बच्चा खुद सर पासवर्ड के जरिए उसमें शामिल हो पाएगा। और ये एक ओलंपियाड जैसा सवाल बनाया हुआ है, उसमें उसके अपेयर होना है और हाईएस्ट स्कोरिंग 20 बच्चों को हम उससे सिलेक्ट करेंगे एज ए प्रीलिम्स सिलेक्शन। एंड फ्रॉम ऑनवर्ड्स 12 अप्रैल 12 अप्रैल के आगे सर हम जून के महीने तक उन बच्चों से 5 एक्सपेरिमेंट करवाएंगे जो कि टीचरों के अंडर में वो बच्चा करेगा। और ये एक्सपेरिमेंट्स बेसिकली बेसिक साइंस से और साथ में ही आपकी स्पेस साइंस से मोटिवेट होंगे, जिसमें हमारी उद्देश्य ये है कि बच्चा कुछ रिसर्च काम में अपना इन्वॉल्वमेंट दिखाए और प्रोजेक्ट बनाए, असाइनमेंट पूरा करे। और टीचरों को उसमें ये मौका दिया जाएगा कि उन टीचरों को जिनके बच्चे नॉमिनेट करेंगे कि हमें अच्छा उन्हें नॉलेज मिला, उन्हें सपोर्ट मिला, उन बच्चों को हम सिलेक्शन करेंगे नॉमिनेशन के लिए, कि उनके टीचर को हम बाद में सम्मानित करेंगे। तो उस हिसाब से डिजाइन किया हुआ है ये कार्यक्रम, जो हम चलाएंगे अगस्त के महीने तक चलाते हैं। ये सातवां साल है हम चलाएंगे। इसमें बच्चों को एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग की कुछ मौका दिया जाएगा, जिससे बच्चा रिसर्च करने की ओर आगे बढ़ पाए और करके सीखे, विज्ञान को करके सीखे, इस तरह की कुछ सोच उनमें विकसित हो। और उसी हिसाब से 5 बच्चों को ये टाइटल दिया जाएगा और टीचरों को उसमें सिलेक्शन किया जाएगा, जिसमें हमारे बहुत से टीचर और नेशनल अवार्डी इसमें शामिल है, जो इनका स्क्रूटिनी करेंगे, उनका वेरिफिकेशन करेंगे, ये सब करेंगे सर। तो उसी हिसाब से डिजाइन किया गया है कि टीचर भी सरभाई की जो सोच है, जो सपना है, उसके साथ जुड़ पाए और साथ में बच्चों को भी प्रोत्साहित कर पाए। सो ये आप ही की सर जो बात है, उसी का सारांश ये है कि हमारी कार्यक्रम भी इसी तरीके से डिजाइन किए हुए हैं और उसके साथ मेल किया हुआ है। थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग विथ अस सर। हर वक्त आप हमारे साथ बने रहते हैं और मतलब आपका ब्लेसिंग्स इस कार्यक्रम के साथ, इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे के साथ होता है और आगे भी हम ये करना चाहेंगे। हमारा एक उद्देश्य भी है कि आप जैसे व्यक्तित्व जिन्होंने उस दौरान पूरे स्ट्रगल को देखा हुआ है, पूरे स्ट्रगल को झेला हुआ है और स्ट्रगल से, आप ही की स्ट्रगल से आज मतलब आज इसरो या फिर पीआरएल या जो संस्थाएं हैं, जो नेशनल बिल्डिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस है, इतनी दूरी तक जा पाए और देश भर में नहीं दुनिया भर में अपना परचम लहरा पाए। तो ये सब हम एक बार फिर एक्सक्लूसिवली आपसे सुने, सीखे, जाने और उसका डॉक्यूमेंटेशन हो, तो उसके लिए भी हम प्रयास करेंगे। थैंक यू सर फॉर बीइंग विद अस। और आगे बढ़ते हैं हमारे साथ। आज की इस कार्यक्रम की हम यहाँ पे ही अंत करना चाहेंगे। इसके पहले हम हमारे जो साथ बने हुए हैं, इन सभी को तहे दिल से शुक्रिया देने के लिए हम बुलाना चाहेंगे व्यूगल जैन साहब को। व्यूगल जैन साहब हमारे साथ बने हुए हैं, लेकिन कुछ टेक्निकल वजह से वो ठीक से जुड़ नहीं पा रहे हैं। जैन साहब, ड्यू टू सम टेक्निकल इश्यूज जैन साहब हमारे साथ जुड़ नहीं पा रहे हैं। उन्हीं की ओर से और पूरे टीम की ओर से मैं अंजन बनिक आप सभी को शुक्रिया करता हूँ। हमारे साथ बने हुए थे प्रभाकर शर्मा जी, जो कि पीआरएल से थे। वो अपने स्वास्थ्य की वजह से दिक्कत में होते हुए भी हमसे जुड़े रहे। हमारे साथ बने हुए थे दिलीप भट्ट सर, अभी भी बने हुए हैं। थैंक यू सर फॉर बीइंग विथ अस। आप ही की ब्लेसिंग से ये काम आगे बढ़ पाए, ये हमारी कोशिश रहेगी सर। दिलीप भट्ट सर, फॉर्मर ग्रुप इसरो ग्रुप डायरेक्टर, हमारे साथ बने हुए थे अशोक अम्बस्ती सर, सीनियर प्रोफेसर फ्रॉम उदयपुर सोलर ऑब्जर्वेटरी अंडर पीआरएल, हमारे साथ बने हुए अभी भी बने हुए हैं नीरा चतुर्वेदी मैडम, के एक साइंटिस्ट है इसरो सैक में और स्पेशलिस्ट है रिमोट सेंसिंग की एप्लीकेशन की। हमारे साथ थैंक यू मैडम। हमारे साथ बने हुए हैं प्रोफेसर J.K. गर्ग सर। Thank you, sir, for being with us. For a long time, you have joined me and our program and given your uh, blessings to this platform. Thank you, sir. हमारे साथ बने हुए थे देवाशीष गोस्वामी सर भी, और उन्होंने बहुत बढ़िया एक डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स इसरो के बारे में, हमारे सरभाई जी के बारे में उन्होंने एनलाइट किया और हमको जानकारी दी। सो थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग विथ अस। और एक बार फिर से मैं बुलाना चाहूंगा
हेलो,
ब्यूगल जैन साहब। हाँ सर, हाँ सर।
मैं आई ऑडियो साहब? ओके
यस
ओके
सर, यस
सर,
सर।
थैंक यू। ओके सर। सर मैं अभी सुन रहा था देवाशीष गोस्वामी जी को, और एक बात बहुत ही अच्छा उन्होंने वक्तव्य दिया कि जो हम में कमियां हैं उनके लिए हम आगे बढ़े और उसकी उसमें पूर्णता हासिल करें। मैं सभी का अभिनंदन करता हूं और केवल कुछ लाइनों के माध्यम से प्रोग्राम समाप्ति की ओर है। विज्ञान की ज्योति जले भारत आगे बढ़े, विज्ञान की ज्योति जले भारत आगे बढ़े, ज्ञान की ज्योति विज्ञान का प्रकाश, ज्ञान की ज्योति विज्ञान का प्रकाश, हर खोज में छुपा है विकास। विज्ञान की ज्योति ज्ञान की ज्योति विज्ञान का प्रकाश, हर खोज में छुपा है विकास। विक्रम साराभाई का है सम्मान, विक्रम साराभाई का है सम्मान, अंतरिक्ष में बढ़ा भारत का मान, अंतरिक्ष में बढ़ा भारत का मान। 30 दिसंबर 1971 को अलविदा हुए, 30 दिसंबर 1971 को अलविदा हुए, पर हर भारतीय के दिल में राज कर गए, पर हर भारतीय के दिल में राज कर गए। अंतरिक्ष रॉकेट और नई तकनीकी, अंतरिक्ष रॉकेट और नई तकनीकी, विज्ञान ने रचा विकास का संगीत, विज्ञान ने रचा विकास का संगीत। स्वास्थ्य, शिक्षा, संचार में योगदान, हर क्षेत्र में विज्ञान का सम्मान, हर क्षेत्र में विज्ञान का सम्मान। भावा और बच्चों में प्रतिभा ढूंढने की शक्ति चाहिए, तभी विक्रम साराभाई जी ने बहुत कुछ देश को दिया। भावा से साराभाई, और साराभाई ने किया, साराभाई ने दिया कलाम। सभी वैज्ञानिकों को सलाम, सभी वैज्ञानिकों को सलाम, सभी वैज्ञानिकों को सलाम। आप सभी का तहे दिल से मैं अभिनंदन करना चाहूंगा। और मैं तो इस अभियान का एक छोटा सा सिपाही हूँ। मुझे बड़ी खुशी होती है आप लोगों को सुनने की। मैं समझता हूँ कि मेरे में तो भी बहुत सी कमी है। मैं तो एक्चुअल में क्या है, हम लोग तो पावर प्लांट के आदमी हैं। एक बात और जरूर कहना चाहूंगा कि आप सभी लोग जो शुरू से जुड़े हैं, डेफिनेटली बहुत ही स्ट्रगल के बाद में एक माइलस्टोन आपने स्थापित किया है। मैंने भी अपने समय में, हम लोगों के टाइम में वैगन टिपलर वगैरह नहीं होता था, वो खड़े रह के कोल ट्रक से अनलोड करना, कन्वेयर के द्वारा पहुंचाना, एक बड़ा ये स्ट्रगलिंग जॉन होता है शुरू शुरू में। आप लोगों ने फेस किया। मैं आपके उस मेहनत को सलाम करता हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद साहब।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू,
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग विद अस। एक बार अंत में सबको सम्मानित करते हुए इस कार्यक्रम के अंत में मैं वो हमारी जो फ्लायर है इस कार्यक्रम के बारे में उसको दिखाना चाहूंगा, और उसी के साथ ये कार्यक्रम यहाँ पे समाप्त होती है। आप सभी को धन्यवाद। थैंक यू सर।
Now we leave, Dr. Anjan.
हाँ सर, हाँ सर, हाँ सर, हाँ सर, हाँ सर।
Okay, we can leave now.
हाँ सर, हाँ सर। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू मैम।
बनिक जी नमस्कार।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर,
थैंक यू। मैं माइक म्यूट कर देता हूँ।
सर सर सर, सर।